hot headlines. And I cannot believe we're having this conversation again. Well, let's start with the good. Ja Morant last night, 30 points, including the game winner, time expiring. So the Grizzlies beat the Heat. They needed this. Was a big win for them because they had dropped their previous 4. This is also on the same day where earlier in the day, the NBA issued a warning to he and Buddy Hield about the gun gesture from the other night against the Warriors. Despite all that, he does what appears to be the exact same thing last night, and now he's responded saying, you know, I've been a villain for 2 years. Frankly, I don't care anymore. Lou, your first reactions to seeing this last night?
My first reaction is, if he don't care, why should I care? You know, he was warned. He was told about this. Obviously, you know, we know the history of why this is an issue. Ja Morant knows the reason why this is an issue, and you know, he continues to do it. And so at this point, you know, whatever comes his way is gonna be his. You know, he earned it and he deserved it. But what I will say about the gun gesture, if you're gonna warn guys or suspend guys or fine them for doing the gesture, just ban it league wide. Don't make it a special thing for Ja Morant. Like, we understand that when it comes to gun gestures, he has a special circumstance. But if it's something that you deem as not beneficial to the game, or something that the fans or media won't understand as a celebration for shooting the basketball, then ban it league wide. Like, don't just make it a Ja Morant thing. But on the flip side of that coin, he just got to be self-aware. I said that a couple of days ago. He got to be self-aware, but he just said it. He is aware of what's going on, and he doesn't care. He wants to be the villain. He wants to play the villain card, so he's going to get everything that comes with being a villain. So it is what it is.
Yeah, where I'm confused is he's been a villain for 2 years. This is all your fault, bro. You did this all yourself. This is all self-inflicted. Everybody loved Ja Morant. A lot of people still do love Ja Morant. He is one of the most fun, exciting, athletic, must-see players in the NBA. So this has nothing to do with people disliking his game, his talent, his production. He's awesome on the basketball court. It's things like this that just show a level of disrespect and disregard to the NBA's wishes of not doing it, of level of immaturity and just zero growth as a professional NBA player that's a role model for millions and millions of kids. It's just I don't get it. It's sad. It's disappointing. And again, this is a dude that he's on a slippery slope, man. This guy has endorsements, millions of dollars. At this point, it's not about money. It's not about, you can't do anything to this dude to make him stop. Clearly, it's sad. Like, I don't know anything else that, like, because he's so good at basketball, but now it's just about ruining his image, his likeliness, his legacy. Again, this has nothing to do with money or talent. He's got a lot of both of those. It's just eventually these endorsements are going to part ways, and he's going to lose his shoe, and he's going to just kind of ruin his image, the little image he has left of him. So again, it's such a small thing. It's if Mike Conley did this right now, we're not talking about, who cares? You make a shot, you got a gun, you got a ratchet. That's what NBA players say or do after celebration. It's just being completely tone deaf and just respectful to the circumstances and the NBA's wishes. It's crazy to me.
AP, let me add to that. I'm around youth sports, man. 2-3 years ago, when Ja Morant's shoes first came out, shout out to the Decatur Blazers, shout out to Winners United AAU programs. Like, they were crazy about the Ja Morant shoes. Like, there was no other shoe that these kids wanted in the gym. Present day, they are literally saying out of their mouths, we cool on Ja Morant. We want the Sabrina Ionescu's. Like, those are the shoes that big change, right? So, like, it's literally trickling down to the youth sports. These kids are turning their back on Ja Morant. And so if he doesn't care about that type of thing, why should we? I understand if you want to wear the villain hat, by all means wear the villain hat. But Chandler just said it, bro. This was self-inflicted. And so this wasn't something that people levied upon you. Like, this was a mistake that you made, and then you made another one, and we're still here in this same space having this conversation. And you know, so again, he said he doesn't care. This is where he wants to be in his career. He's gonna accept the responsibility of what comes with that, the energy that surrounds it, and that's where we are in youth sports. Like you said, he's a role model. these kids are literally turning their back on Ja Morant. And so, hey man, make your bed.
I think what sucks about it is like, some people would feel the world sort of closing in. And by the way, we are so far removed from the initial gun incident. I don't even understand why this is rearing its head once again, but here we are. And so a lot of people would say, oh, you know what? Everyone's turning against me. Hold on. Let me take a moment to look into myself and see what's going on here. But he's doing he's doing that thing where you sort of lash out because you feel like everybody's against you, which again, wasn't that way. Everyone was in your favor and everyone loved you. And then you did something stupid. And that's kind of where we are. It's kind of crazy because Sam Amick was on this week and the idea of moving Ja Morant comes up, right? And he said that is something that you should definitely keep your eye on over the summer. Off the court stuff we've talked about. We know that across the board his numbers are down pretty much everywhere. So do they move on from him, Lou? Do you see a world in which, I mean, they've already made some drastic changes in a week here. So do you think there's a world in which they try? And I know there are 3 years left on his deal and it's a lot of money, but if they can, do they?
Yeah, it feels like something is brewing under the surface. I don't know what's going on in Memphis, but just for Ja Morant, I feel like a change of scenery would be good for him, a different environment. I come from Memphis, Tennessee. I know what it's like to play there. I know what it's like to have the pressure of that type of city on your back and that energy. Like we're a violent city. It's no sugarcoating way around it. We are a violent city. We grit and grind. That's the environment in Memphis. And maybe he understands that and he's a part of it every day and it's affecting the way that he go about business. So maybe somewhere else with a fresh start will be beneficial to Ja Morant. He's still an all-star level talent. Like he's having a down, he's down in a lot of categories, but I'll still put him on my basketball team and he'll still be a 1A, 1B type of talent on any team around the league. But doing it in Memphis at this point, it looks like there's a lot of turnover. There's a lot of chaos going on from the vantage point that I'm at. Maybe a change of scenery would be good for Ja Morant.
Yeah, and that's what's so disappointing is it's never really been about basketball. And yeah, his numbers are a little bit down this year, but I mean, still look at those. You wouldn't want your starting point guard putting up 23 and 7, but it's just beyond that with him. It does seem like something's going on, like Lou said, under the surface there where he's not happy and he's lashing out. And if I'm the Grizzlies, I do consider a serious look this summer to get off this dude because that's not my franchise player. That's someone just with blatant disregard to the situation at hand right now. That's not who I want to invest all this money in. If I can go and shop him to a Houston Rockets team with a bunch of assets, or if I can get back a bunch of players right now to pair with a Jaren Jackson, with a Desmond Bane, with a Gigi Jackson, with this young talent they got, the 2 rookies that are balling in Memphis. They got such good things going in Memphis right now. They got such positive vibes. They have a lot of talent. They just made a coaching change. You really want this distraction as the face of your franchise for the next 3 years? I wouldn't.
It is the timing is weird too, right? Like we didn't have anything, and then we get 2 gun gestures after Taylor Jenkins is out of town. It's all very odd and disappointing. So, in other disappointing news,